September 11, 2001. The world watched in horror as planes hit the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and a field in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 lives lost. The United States had been attacked on its own soil. Within hours, President George W. Bush demanded action. But the enemy, Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda, was hiding in the mountains of Afghanistan, protected by the Taliban regime. How do you hit back when your enemy is thousands of miles away in one of the most hostile terrains on Earth? The answer came shockingly fast. Just 15 days later, a tiny team of CIA officers became the first Americans on the ground in Afghanistan. Their code name? Operation Jawbreaker. This is the story of the men who opened the war on terror. Before the world even knew the fight had begun, stay till the end to see how close they got to bin Laden himself. After 9/11, the CIA's Counterterrorism Center was already tracking bin Laden. Director George Tenet had a plan ready. President Bush gave the green light. Go in, link up with anti-terror Taliban forces, and set the stage to destroy al-Qaeda. Enter Gary Schroen, a 59-year-old veteran CIA officer who was literally days from retirement. Instead, he volunteered to lead. On September the 19th, he assembled a small team, just 7 CIA paramilitary officers. They carried satellite phones, weapons, and, most importantly, $3 million in cash in metal suitcases to buy alliances. Their target, the Northern Alliance, the last group still fighting the Taliban in northern Afghanistan. Without them, no ground intelligence, no guides, no way to move. The mission? Get in, make contact, and prepare the battlefield for the coming American military power. September 26, 2001. Just 15 days after the attacks, the team flew from Uzbekistan in a Russian Mi-17 helicopter, tail number painted 91101 as a grim reminder. They landed in the Panjshir Valley, heart of Northern Alliance territory, northeast of Kabul. No fanfare, no large force, just 7 men stepping onto Afghan soil as the very first US response to 9/11. They met Northern Alliance leader Ahmad Shah Massoud's commanders. Massoud himself had been assassinated just days before 9/11. The alliance was suspicious. Foreigners had betrayed them before. But the cash spoke loudly. Schroen handed over millions to buy trucks, fuel, horses, weapons, and loyalty. They set up a safe house, established communications, and began feeding intelligence back to Washington. Meanwhile, they waited for the next wave. US Special Forces, OD as 555 and 595, who wouldn't arrive for another 2 to 3 weeks. The CIA team was alone, deep in enemy territory, holding the line. Once Special Forces arrived, things accelerated. The CIA team coordinated with Green Berets and called in the first precision airstrikes using laser designators. Northern Alliance fighters, many on horseback, charged Taliban positions, while US bombers obliterated tanks and bunkers from 30,000 feet. It was a surreal mix of 21st century tech and 19th century warfare. By early November 2001, the Taliban front lines collapsed. Mazar-e-Sharif fell, Kabul was liberated, and bin Laden fled to Tora Bora. The Jawbreaker team had done what seemed impossible. In weeks, they turned a fractured resistance into a winning coalition. They proved that intelligence, cash, and alliances could topple a regime faster than anyone expected. Operation Jawbreaker wasn't perfect. Bin Laden escaped at Tora Bora. The war dragged on for 20 years. But the operation's success in those first chaotic weeks showed America's resolve, and the CIA's ability to act decisively when it mattered most. Gary Schroen later wrote First In, detailing the mission. He passed away in 2022, but his team's courage became legend. Operation Jawbreaker reminds us sometimes the most important battles are fought by small teams in the shadows, long before the cameras arrive. So that's Operation Jawbreaker, the hidden first chapter of the war on terror. What do you think? Was this the most daring CIA op post 9/11? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want more untold stories from history's shadows, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Next up, the hunt at Tora Bora. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and stay safe.